Welcome back to Pro League, everybody. We got a couple of upsets here for StarTale, going up 2-0 up against CJ Entis, something we did not expect here. And it's turning into a bit of an exciting day, in fact. Very interesting.
That's right, Valdez. It was going to be a very boring day if all our predictions went true, I'll tell you that much. But, man, StarTale came in here ready to mix things up and really cause some upsets. It's been very exciting. And we've been reading your tweets, and we're sorry to hear that ads have been going during the games. We'll make sure that doesn't happen in the future.
Yeah, we're talking to people at production, trying to get that fixed up, guys. But taking a look at the predictions here for game number 3. 6 people for ByuL. Not too surprising.
No, this is it's another clear-cut sort of matchup. Probably more clear than the last two, I guess. ByuL versus Pet. It's a bit of an upset for sure that Pet won that one. But, ByuL versus aLive. Now, that's a different matter because he's been carrying this team. He's been doing very well for CJ in this whole season. And last year, he was doing well for Incredible Miracle when he was playing for them.
It's all about him and Hero these days. You know,
exactly.
ByuL is kind of like that third-place guy. He's 6-4. Now he's 6-5, you know, with that loss. So they saved their 2 best guys for last. And I wouldn't be surprised if we just see Hero come out in the ace match again. I mean, why not?
He's
like
be it, right?
Literally the best Protoss in the world right now. I wouldn't, you know.
Him or Potting, man. Like Potting.
It's those two like neck and neck right now.
Yeah. But, yeah, as we're talking about ByuL here, and when he's up against aLive, aLive's kind of a guy that we've only been seeing recently. You know, it's been a while since we've seen this guy come out, and he hasn't been showing the best games so far. So it kind of makes you wonder if he can actually do it here today.
Yeah, I kind of doubt it. The map here is going to be Expedition Lost. Maybe if we see some kind of weird push at the back rocks or something. You know, you were talking about how aLive is a bit tricky, but I feel like ByuL, especially after that loss to Terror, I hate to say it, but like having a loss to someone who's like a couple rungs underneath you like that just because you were a little bit too greedy, it's going to get in your head, and you're going to be like, okay, I got to make sure that this guy doesn't, you know, backstab me when I'm not looking, right?
Yeah, well, that's definitely one of the first things you look for in a player that's considered lesser than you. Like, you're like, well, this guy might just go for a cheap win because it's probably his only hope in this game. So he's always going to be careful on that. And, I mean, the loss against Terror, it wasn't like he was playing risky. He just played a build, and it just happened that Terror hard countered him. So it's something that you should shrug off, but because it was Terror and his score is, you know,
yeah, for sure.
One win.
I mean, just looking at results, of course.
But here we go. Here's aLive. Got that down arrow because of those last couple of games he's been playing. Can he turn it around today?
I'm not sure, man. It would be a huge upset once again, but we've already seen 2 in a row. I don't know if you can call Lenok versus Sky High a huge upset. I think the favorite, he was the favorite like 4-2 in predictions, if I remember correctly. People were expecting Sky to win with his great mech style, but Lenok definitely just like studied all of his games, had him hard countered from the get-go. But, you know, it could be just 3 upsets in a row here, possibly, if ByuL does not play this game very carefully.
That's right. You are seeing a lot of Zergs go out on Expedition Lost, which also makes you wonder aLive might have been looking for this matchup in general. So he might have something special planned, or he might just be feeling very confident in this matchup.
Would not be surprised. I think ByuL actually changed up his song here to one of the G-Dragon songs.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Something a little bit dirtier, you know?
Dirtier?
Yeah, man.
What do these lyrics say, Valdez?
No. The lyrics are fine. It's just like, I don't know. Dirty beats, Moonglade. Dirty beats.
All right.
Those dang memes. We're going into game 3 here, guys. It's going to be aLive up against ByuL. Going into Expedition Lost. Let's jump into that game right now. Down here in the bottom left in the pink for StarTale-yoe, it is aLive.
And up here in the top right, it is ByuL for CJ.
It's aLive. I just thought of that after I introduced aLive.
That was pretty impressive, Valdez.
I'm a bit sick right now, Moonglade.
You're fine,
I feel
buddy.
my voice like it's on a knife's edge right now. At any moment, it could just crack and just crumble.
You're absolutely fine.
And I break into a million pieces, and you have to solo cast.
Hey, man, I got to do what I got to do here. That's fine with me.
Call up Wolf from his house. He lives like 2 minutes away. Get him in here. That'd be interesting.
Now, on the subject of dirty beats, man, you watched some of that Ultra stream from the weekend,
man.
that festival. That was sick, man.
Those are some dirty beats, man.
There were nasty beats, and I loved every
disgusting.
second. No, it was fantastic, man. I really hope they stream more of those festivals in the future. It's kind of interesting to get a look into. I've never been to a festival myself. I've always been a nerd that stays in all the time and plays games.
We gotta go, man. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We're gonna do it.
Let's get dirty. Let's go to those festivals, man.
Let's get really dirty. Let's go like run a marathon and then go to one of those festivals.
You just wrestle in the mud in the festivals.
That
right?
works too.
Yeah, let's just do that, man. Get real dirty.
Get white girl wasted up in there. It'd be a lot of fun.
I don't know what that is, but we'll do something.
Oh, man.
No, we'll definitely check that out.
Just
man.
like going hard in the paint. You could definitely go hard in the paint there.
Yeah,
that is something you can do.
Well, if there's even paint there, I guess.
There are some festivals here in Korea actually where it's down in like Busan in the south. They just like paint people. They might have like those squirty bottles with the paint, you know?
Yeah.
They just like squirt paint all over people and you just go around in the mud and stuff. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I never went to one, but
it must be kind of liberating or something like to get that dirty. So it must be about dirtiness more than anything else. Like I don't even know if the music is necessary. Let's just get
you just want to get really dirty,
get nasty and stinky, and all the mud and paint.
There is also a mud festival down there.
That's
where
too much.
it's like it's kind of like mud clay or something, and you like actually roll around in the clay.
Really?
Mud, and it's good for your skin.
Oh yeah.
Or so I heard.
I've seen that before. They have that out in spas and stuff too, right? Where you like
I think
have
so.
mud baths and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd try that one day.
Yeah.
Once.
I'm gonna try it out.
Try it out.
Did that song come on for Skrillex, by the way? I know you mentioned today that Skrillex came on.
He closed it out. He closed out the whole festival. No, I don't know if that one came on actually, but I know that stuff's being rebroadcasted. If any of you guys didn't actually get to see it, highly recommend you just have a look at it. It's really cool. I think it's meant to be one of the biggest festivals in the world.
Yeah, seems pretty insane. I love that just whole music beta thing they're doing over at Twitch. I know people are making jokes about streamers getting banned for doing stuff that's not games, and then they make this music beta thing. But I, for one, I really like it. I love music in general, and
I think it's definitely legitimizing Twitch even further. Bringing a new sort of aspect to it, and it's still kind of cool because it's still like I guess more of an underground scene than like regular TV shows or anything like that. It's still like music, it's electronic, it's festivals.
Yeah, for sure.
It's showing like this other culture that I had no idea about at all.
But even besides like the festivals, there were even people up there DJing and like doing their SoundCloud stuff. I took a look at it. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, very cool. You guys try not being a nerd for once. Check that out. It's something I'm experiencing. As we have a look at this game, mind you, we do have a game going on at this point. Nothing really interesting happened so far yet, though. Just kind of standard openings from both players.
We saw a pool first out of ByuL.
Yeah.
Could have just been safety, just in case, I guess.
Yeah, maybe looking for like a bit of harassment on the Reapers. If it wasn't the Reaper opening, delay that CC a bit.
Also, if aLive win for any kind of CC first shenanigans,
absolutely
put the pressure onto that.
And of course, anything against those proxy Reapers can kill you on this map, as we did see the other day. Curious going down at proxy Reapers pretty harshly.
So yeah, for sure, I definitely like that build out of ByuL here.
A bit of safety. Bit of safety against, I guess, a player that you consider beneath him in a way. I guess that's a pretty horrible way to. That's a horrible way to put it. Actually, I feel bad. Like
no, it's fine, man. I love it.
Well, as long as you like it, man, it's so good. We're fine.
It may be mean, but sometimes you got to go full Thorin here.
Oh man,
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's in itself is pretty liberating, I got to say.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be pretty quick mutas as well from ByuL. He's going to go for that 2-base kind of opening style with mutas. A lot quicker before upgrades, before anything else. It's going to give... well, from here, it seems like aLive knows that for sure, and aLive kind of taking advantage of that with 2 Hellions already, denying as much creep as possible.
ByuL deciding to go for the Baneling Nest first. A bit of a, once again, safer transition into this Slayer tech.
Yeah.
Just having the Baneling Nest out just in case.
You want to get that Baneling Nest just in case of anything, because the way it is these days, like 2-base Hellbat timings will just kill you. They'll just kill you if you're not completely prepared for it.
Man, I've watched your stream where sometimes you just
die.
You miss it or something. You don't make your Baneling nest early enough. They just roll up in your base, and I'm like, what? They could just do that? And you're like, yeah.
Then you see me swear. And that's it. That's my stream.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. Definitely go check out Moonlight's stream.
Check out your own, Brendan. You've been streaming a lot these days.
Yep. My plat game's trying to get better.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to improve. I'm going to join you up at GM one day, Moonlight.
I'm waiting for you, brother.
You're like holding out your hand like you're Jesus, like bringing me into heaven. I hope so, man.
Something like that. Something like that. Now, Mutas going to be out pretty soon. Looks like we're going to have about 6 Mutas on the map. He did go for that Baneling speed before he decided to go for anything else. And we are seeing a very delayed third orbital from aLive. So aLive is going to be pretty aggressive coming up here in the next couple of minutes. Going to be looking for that a lot of damage. So it's very smart that ByuL did identify this actually, going for that quick Baneling speed. And we are seeing that double drop from aLive. One Ling scouts it completely.
Yep, I'm going to see literally everything.
Already Baneling's out. 4 Banelings should be enough.
Let's see if he saw it, though. If he noticed.
Did he see it, or just see it?
Did he see it ×2 or just ×1?
Well, Lings are waiting, so I guess he did.
Yeah,
Here we go. This is a ugly situation.
Oh, man. He goes back with that drop. And the Mutas are on the chase. And once that boost runs out, okay, he's going to drop out the Marines. But still, this is a win for ByuL.
Completely, man. He still can trade pretty efficiently. Maybe waiting for those Banes to come out before he wants to, follow up here. It's interesting that we did see a tank, too, by the way. So we are seeing a Bio Tank instead of Bio Mine, which is something you don't normally see ever anymore because it's just not as good as mines.
Why do you think Terrans do this every once in a while? What is the benefit really from getting tanks instead of mines?
That is a good question, Valdez. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know the answer to that because it doesn't make sense in my opinion. When you got tanks, tanks can be jumped on. They can be caught out of position very easily. And their splash damage is much smaller than a Widow Mine hit. Granted, they can shoot a lot faster than a Widow Mine, but still. It feels like it's just too vulnerable at this point, especially when you have a better alternative. But I guess if you're going to be this aggressive on 2-base, you want something that can be doing sustained damage.
What's going on here?
I think ByuL just kind of identified this a little too early and is just taking full advantage of it, going for his counterattack, buying as much time as he needs. We're going for 1-1 Lings, massing Lings and Banes at home.
This is pretty brutal, man. He barely even has a defense here at his natural. He's losing a lot of mining.
Yeah,
he's trying to go for a push, but ByuL is 100% prepared.
So it's going to be behind the rocks here. Mutas are close by there. Boost out. Now he's below the rocks. Now it's an awkward situation. Is he going to go on creep for this?
He's got to be careful with those Mutas. That's a lot of Marines with combat shields and stim.
Gonna kill the rock tower, perhaps. Okay. Alright, so we're still waiting to find out exactly what's going on. Looks like he will go from behind, which, this could be why he went for tank, so he can siege it, like, below. Get, like, a good siege position on the upwards. Ooh, big hit there on Banelings. I think he got, like, 5 Banes there.
Yeah.
But look at this counterattack from Lings. This is the problem here. He can just counterattack all day long like this.
Yeah. He just can't reinforce, really.
This should be enough bio, actually, to fight these Lings, unless his Bane gets a hit.
Uh-oh.
Alright. Back off.
Then again, he's going to stop those reinforcements. So now aLive is left with pretty much half an army, and ByuL can easily sandwich this.
Oh, he's going to come from behind, running to the Marines. No Banelings though.
Oh my god, cover your eyes.
Oh. Yeah, that was ruthless.
Yep. Going to clean that up. Does get away with 2 medevacs worth of units, though, so he does salvage a bit of this push. And once again, this is just like, it's looking like a 2-base all-in. There's no third CC. He's just going all out with the units.
Super aggression. So ByuL just has to make sure he knows this and doesn't try and transition any further on. So like, ooh, those tanks and Marines are set up just outside the Ling Bane. Looks like he might actually go for it here. Very ambitious from ByuL, but he might get enough if he gets a good Baneling connections.
And I'd say those are pretty good, man.
Yeah, they were pretty perfect. Not much splitting from aLive, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, they weren't like the best, but it was just enough. ByuL is just so far ahead at this point. He's had 3 bases for a very long time. He's got a great economy. 61 drones is enough. He's not over-droning. He's just chilling out. He's doing this with flying colors so far.
Yeah, he's having a good time. He's very comfortable at this point. The only thing that's lacking is creep spread. But I guess if he has complete map vision, complete map control, he knows that there's no third base. He knows he just has to make Ling, Bane, Muta, and destroy anything that comes out of that base.
aLive does go over to that 4th base, but I'm not sure if he actually scouted it. Looks like he just wants to go for drone kills at the 3rd for now.
Well, he might actually try and cancel it, actually. He did scout just the edge of it, so he knows it's there, but it looks like he wants to go for drones instead. This could actually really put ByuL out of position.
Is a really big drop. There's no defense right now. Some Lings are popping out, but that's a lot of Stim Marines. And one Muta trying to do the job does get taken out. But here we go. That will be enough to clean this up. But a really nice position here for the Marines, getting a pretty decent trade before they do back off. Like you said, that does pull a bit of ByuL's army out of position.
Yeah, not a bad move. The Muta's going to be out of position for a while longer. It looks like he's going to try for that position just underneath the cliff. And ByuL going to be intercepting more ByuL. Got to wait for those Mutas to come back before he really wants to do the trick. Finish the job. Only 2 tanks there. That's not enough AoE.
Yeah, looks like he's going to try to come from... Well, he's going to first take out these reinforcements once again. ByuL has just been so consistent with this. It is so hard for aLive to just push across this map. All of his reinforcements gets taken out. He has to wait back home with them all. And these are a lot of Lings coming in here, actually. Some Banelings for the follow-up as well. All of the Mutas are here for support.
Well, here we go. It's going to be sort of a base trade, except that there's a lot of Ling Bane in the main still. Oh, big chunk of Marines going down to a few Banes as well.
Yeah.
aLive's base is in shamble. The natural is gone. He's going to try and do damage in this main base. But
GG.
nope. GG. ByuL identifying early enough that it was 2 base Terran and crushing it.
To be honest, that's the kind of game I expected to see from the first 2 as well. But those other guys proving to be too good, providing some nice upsets. ByuL is going to bring up to game 4 for Hero. He's going to be going up against San, another guy who's got that downwards purple arrow. Hasn't been doing the best lately. But let's see what he can bring out here in PvP.
Yeah,
it's also an interesting matchup.
It is an interesting matchup, and San does have what it takes to, take a best of 1, especially off one of these top Protoss players. No doubt about that. Should be pretty interesting. It's going to be on King Sejong Station, Hero's map, of course. He loves this map. He lives on this map in Pro League.
Yeah, man. He'll face any race on this map, any day of the week. Best of 1, 3, 5, 7, whatever. I guess you can't really have more than a best of 1 on this one map, but regardless, my point still stands. He's good on the map. And let's see what he can do here up against San. But like I said before, Hero's kind of expected to come out and play really well. We could talk about this for days. We can go over his past replays for hours at a time. But I'm also really curious to see what San is going to bring out here in this PvP. He's got to know this is one of the best Protosses in the world, even in PvP. And he's got to have something prepared here for the map. Is he going to proxy? Is he going to play straight up? That's what I want to know, Moonglade.
That is the question. It's pretty hard to be super aggressive on this map, I think. Obviously,